President Trump's daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, is facing backlash online after a seemingly ordinary moment at Senator Lindsey Graham's funeral suddenly went viral. The 43-year-old attended the memorial service at Washington National Cathedral in Washington, D.C., alongside her husband, Eric Trump, with President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and several senior Republican figures also in attendance. Although the service was invitation only, it was live-streamed, and viewers quickly began dissecting Lara's every move. One clip, in particular, exploded across social media. The viral footage appears to show Lara looking down at her wrist, seemingly checking the time on her watch, before Eric suddenly turns and gives her a sharp look. A post sharing the clip claimed, "Lara Trump is going viral for doing this at Lindsey Graham's funeral. Eric reacts immediately." The internet immediately split into two camps. Some viewers accused Lara of looking bored during the service. One person commented, "She looks bored. Her facial expressions say everything." Another focused on Eric's reaction, saying the look on Eric's face basically says, "Not now, Lara," without saying a word. But others rushed to defend her. One argued, "She's just checking her Apple Watch for a quick message. Moms do that all the time. This isn't the scandal people are making it out to be." Another added, "Honestly, I'm with her. I can't stand funerals." The watch wasn't the only thing drawing attention. Lara's outfit also became a major talking point online. She wore a black dress featuring a low-cut neckline paired with a large cross necklace. That choice quickly sparked criticism across X. One user wrote, "Did Lara Trump know this was a funeral? Nobody wants to see her chest. Completely disrespectful." Another questioned the oversized jewelry, asking, "Could Lara Trump's cross get any bigger?" A third criticized both her dress and makeup, saying her appearance was simply inappropriate for such a solemn occasion. Lara and Eric appeared to be the only Trump children present at the funeral, held in honor of longtime Republican Senator Lindsey Graham. Graham died earlier this month at the age of 71 after suffering what officials described as a brief and sudden illness. A preliminary medical examiner's report later indicated he likely died from a tear in his aorta, although the final cause of death remains pending further testing. But while Lara's viral moment dominated social media, she wasn't the only member of the Trump family facing criticism during the memorial. President Trump himself also became the center of fresh controversy after several moments from the same funeral service sparked outrage online. Let's take a look at everything that happened. President Trump attended the first day of the memorial service for late U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham. But instead of his tribute dominating headlines, it was his own behavior that quickly became the biggest talking point. The July 28 memorial in Washington, D.C. marked the first day of a planned two-day farewell, beginning with a congressional tribute inside the Capitol Rotunda before moving to the main funeral service at the Washington National Cathedral, where Trump delivered a eulogy for his longtime ally. Graham, who was 71, died suddenly on July 11th after suffering a fatal tear to his aorta following a visit to Ukraine. As Trump stepped away from the podium after delivering his remarks, cameras captured him placing two quick pats on Graham's casket before walking off. Within minutes, the clip exploded across social media. Many users described the gesture as awkward, strange, and deeply disrespectful. One user argued Trump appeared incapable of showing genuine emotion, calling the casket taps bizarre. Another questioned why anyone would double knock on a coffin, describing it as one of the most disrespectful things a president could do at a funeral. Others simply wrote, "You don't do that. So weird and disrespectful." And another added, "He can make anything awkward. Anything." But the casket controversy wasn't the only moment that went viral. Throughout the service, multiple clips circulated online showing Trump sitting with his eyes appearing closed. Popular political commentator Aaron Rupar shared one video on X, captioning it, "Trump is out." He later posted another clip showing Trump appearing to struggle to keep his eyes open, jokingly captioning it, "Trump is fighting nuclear war against wokeness." Many users continued to weigh in on the viral clips. One user wrote, "They need to give him meds for a good night's sleep, keep his phone away from the bedroom, and have him take a siesta." Another said simply, "No respect for the dead at all." A third commented, "Mr. Art of the Deal is asleep at the wheel." And another added, "He thinks if he holds his chin up, he is fooling everyone." The president also found himself under fire for another reason. While delivering Lindsey Graham's eulogy, Trump briefly drifted away from his prepared remarks and appeared to joke about the late senator, prompting fresh criticism online that the solemn occasion had turned into another Trump moment.
Thank you very much. Vice President Vance, members of the Cabinet, members of the House and Senate, distinguished guests, Darlene, and the entire Graham family. We love you all. Today we gather in the deepest gratitude and profoundest sorrow to honor a beloved friend, a devoted brother, a respected statesman, a giant of the United States Senate, and a true American original who left us much too soon, and that can only be the one and only Lindsey Graham. By the strength of his steadfast convictions, the force of his magnetic personality, and the goodness of his noble soul, Lindsey rose from a small town in rural South Carolina, a place he loved so much, to become a constant fixture of American politics at the highest level, and a force to be reckoned with all over the world. For more than 30 years, nothing of consequence happened in this capital without Lindsey Graham knowing about it. Nothing of significance happened anywhere in the world without Lindsey Graham having a view on it. And no bill became law in the most exceptional republic in human history without Lindsey Graham having a say in it. He was a man who gave America the full measure of his good and mighty heart until that heart itself just gave out. But even though Lindsey's life was cut short while he was still so full of vim and vigor, there can be no doubt that he lived absolutely to the fullest. He died doing the work he was born to do. He was truly a great politician, serving the country he loved to serve so deeply. He went out at the peak of his career and the top of his game as a legend that every one of us, many of us here today, are blessed to know him, and a friend that none of us will ever forget. There was truly nobody like Lindsey Graham. It was his hometown of Central South Carolina that Lindsey first learned the art of politics. His parents ran a bar and pool hall on Main Street with a room in the back where the family spent and slept and did everything that you had to do. As Lindsey said, his father taught him the key to being a successful bar owner is that you have to be funny enough that people will keep coming back, and that you have to be tough enough that you can stay in business and thrive. A very difficult combination. For his entire storied career, that's exactly who Lindsey Graham was. He was the first person to make you laugh, and one of the last people that you've really ever wanted to fight. These were the traits that made him into one of the great figures in Senate history. Few like him. As a boy, Lindsey also learned his first lessons in diplomacy when the wife of one regular patron called the bar asking for her husband. She demanded to know, "Where is he?" The man instructed Lindsey, "Tell her I'm not here." And young Lindsey nodded and said into the phone to the wife, "He said to tell you that he's not here." That was Lindsey. When Lindsey was just 20 years old, he lost his mom to cancer. 15 months later, he lost his dad. Their deaths left his 13-year-old sister, Darlene, an orphan. But in God's mercy, she had her wonderful brother to take care of her. On top of it all, Lindsey became her guardian while still in college and helped raise her. He later said that for all his achievements, and he had many, his single proudest accomplishment in life was how well Darlene turned out. He had total respect and love for Darlene. Nothing could be more fitting than that woman who was Lindsey's proudest legacy now continues his legacy of service in the U.S. Senate, a place that he cherished. And I have no doubt that he's looking down today, beaming with pride at his sister, Senator Darlene Graham. Thank you, Senator. Lindsey first stormed into Washington with the Republican Revolution of 1994, becoming the first Republican to win his House district in 120 years. That was Lindsey. In 2002, he ran for the Senate in what should have been a loss, and he swept to an easy victory. Lindsey quickly became a master at maneuvering in one of the world's great legislative bodies. He secured record funding for our military as a budget committee chairman. He delivered the largest investment in border security in history, and last year he shepherded the passage of the largest tax cuts in American history, the great, big, beautiful bill. Had a lot of Lindsey goodies in there too, I can tell you. And of course, he was also a great champion of the United States Supreme Court. His impassioned defense of a wonderful person, a great gentleman, Justice Kavanaugh, ended a disgraceful attack on this very good man and gave us one of the greatest moments the Senate has ever seen. It was a truly monumental moment in Senate history. I believe it was Lindsey's perhaps finest hour. But no matter how heated things got in Washington, virtually everyone, Republican or Democrat, liked Lindsey. Well, not everybody, but it sounds good. Not everybody. He was a tough cookie, okay? I have to veer from this for a second. He was a tough cookie, Darlene, but he was beautiful.